Hi everyone. Welcome to episode something of Mama Untold Thoughts. I hope you've been enjoying the conversations that have been coming out of this platform. I have, tried to keep them diverse and inclusive. I've had some conversations with moms who are doing amazing things globally, local moms as well, and dads too, right? It's so important that we talk to dads and we hear their point of view on parenthood. So stay tuned. There's a lot more coming up on these spontaneous vlogs. There's no set schedule for them. I kind of just go on the fly with what I'm feeling and what the mood's like. And, if I'm talking to someone that I know and someone who I've, connected really well with, I'll just ask them, hey, do you want to record? Do you want to do a virtual chat with me? And the response has been amazing. It just obviously sucks at the moment that we can't have an in-person conversation, but the virtual chats have been going really well, at least from my perspective. Tell me otherwise. But I mean, I've been feeling the energies. I've been feeling that connection with these individuals who I've been speaking to, and it's been a learning curve, right? It's been a learning curve because I'm not used to this. I've done radio before, and haven't done these vlogs before, and not a virtual vlog before. So I'm still learning. I'm still trying to, find ways to improve. So if you have any points of suggestion, any sort of comments, feel free to let me know. I'm always open to hearing what you have to say, right? That's a part of the whole process. So definitely let me know. So anyways, I'm going to keep this one short and sweet. That's my favorite tagline. If you haven't noticed already, I always like to start with, let's keep it short and sweet. And then I might ramble on for the next half an hour, but the goal is to not do that. So here we go. I wanted to jump on here because, number one, I haven't actually had a little personal one-on-one video with my viewers since my first release. So I thought I would just jump on quickly and say hi, let everyone know that we're doing good given the circumstances. We are immensely grateful and thankful to have each other, and we're praying daily for those frontline workers, for the people who are working essential positions at this moment, who have to be out there and they're not at home with their families. We are with you 101%. So, we're doing our part. We're staying home to flatten that curve. And I just want to remind everyone, do the same. Stay home. You don't need to be anywhere unless you need to go get groceries, pick up your medication. I get it. Just stay home, period. It's hard. It is so hard. I'm feeling it because, I'm a socialite. I love going out. I love interacting with people. So I'm having a tough time doing this, being confined by the four walls in our house. But then I switch gears in my mind, and I just think to myself how thankful and grateful I am for having a roof over our heads and for having hot meals at the end of the day. So just trekking along one day at a time, doing our part, ensuring others are doing their part as well. And we will get through this. We'll get through this together. And I am so certain we will get through this together, and we will become much stronger once we get out of this. So hang in there. Yeah. So I guess that was bubble number one. But in that stream of thought, there is something that's been on my mind, and I felt that the best way to share what's on my mind is to just do it over a video. So, in my first vlog, I had mentioned that when I had Amia, I felt like my first few months with her were a bit robbed because I had the C-section, and then I had complications from the C-section. And then I wasn't myself for the first at least 3-4 months because I was healing. I was healing because of the complications. And this time around with Eliza, I was enjoying my mat leave. I loved being at home with her. I had all these great plans for her and I, and I feel like it's kind of being robbed again, in a weird way. Like, at the same time, I'm happy that I have Matt home, I have Amia home, and we get to all bond together as a family, because when would we ever get that opportunity aside from weekends, right? When in a normal situation. So, but I'm feeling a bit of that grief, right? And I know I'm allowed to feel that way. I know my feelings are valid. But I always try to put things into perspective and you know, I look at the flip side and know that I'm appreciative of what we have and of what others are doing, and, you know, to make sure we're safe, right? But of course, there's those moments of, oh, I wish, you know, we could just go to a play date. Oh, I wish we could just go hang out with some friends at the coffee shop. So, and then there's also those feelings of, okay, well, I'm done mat leave in November. Do I extend my mat leave because of this time that I feel that's missed? Or do I just accept it for what it is, right? So there's a lot of different thoughts going through my mind right now, and I know I still have a while to go. It's you know, I'm on mat leave until November. But you wonder, you can't help but wonder, like, what's going to come out of all of this. So yeah, so I'm feeling it. I'm feeling that that sense of being robbed again a little bit, that grief that that I'm missing out. I'm missing out on that time that her and I get to bond. So we'll see what comes out of it all. But I just wanted to share that piece, you know, because I've been seeing a lot about how we're allowed to feel what we're feeling. And sometimes, because I get stuck in that notion of, we're going to be okay, everything's going to be okay, we're going to get through this, I forget to check in with myself, and I forget to check in that, you know, what I'm going through is also equally important and should be felt and needs a moment to absorb that. So if you're feeling that way too, I highly recommend to take that moment to just let it soak in, let yourself ride that wave. It's totally acceptable. So on that note, I'll mention that we're all doing great. I'm sure you can all hear Eliza crying right now in the background. This happened with my first video, and I forgot to mention in my video that she's fine. She's taken care of. She's with Matt. So I'll mention this right now. Eliza's fine. She's with Matt right now. He's just about to put her down for a nap. Anyways, all that to say, I'm focusing my energies on this creative lens that I'm currently in, and that is, you know, working on my blogs, working on my vlogs, and that vlog piece is doing a lot of connecting with other moms and other dads. And then there's also, there's something that I just launched, and this is the one and only time you'll probably hear me talking about this in my vlogs, because I don't want to, I actually don't want to put a face to this initiative that I launched, because I don't think it's relevant. It's an initiative that's for the community, and I want it to be built by the community. So I'm only going to mention it once here, and that'll be it. So I have had this on my mind for a while, that I wanted to, I've been a part of the South Asian community a lot here in Ottawa. I've done a lot of advocating for the culture, right, and a lot of education as well, and that was a part of me being involved with the festival and doing other community events as well. But what's been more prevalent for me is this piece on mental health, because it's still such a taboo topic within the South Asian community. And I just really felt compelled that, especially experiencing a lot of anxiety after having children, it's just not spoken about nearly as much as it should be. And I know there are so many within our community who are suffering in silence, and there's nothing for them. There's nowhere to go. There's nowhere for them to hear other stories so they can relate and know that they're not alone. So I launched a movement, and the movement is called the Lotus Movement. And it's a grassroots initiative. It's it's something that I noticed a lot of campaigns coming out of other big, metropolitan cities across Canada, so like Vancouver, Toronto, but I didn't see anything here in Ottawa like that. And I know, there's a lot of people who speak to mental health here in Ottawa, but there's no actual establishment, I guess is the word I'm looking for. So that's been a goal of mine, is to create this establishment. Right now, it's all going to be done through socials, so social media, through Instagram, through Facebook, with a goal of something tangible at the end. And I don't know what that is just yet, but it will be something. I've done a lot for women's rights. I've done a lot, like I said, for the culture. But I think it was time to switch gears and to focus on this mental health piece, because it's prevalent in our community. I know it, and we need to have more conversations around it to raise that awareness that, it's okay to feel what you're feeling. It's okay to have illnesses, and there should be no discrimination on whatever you're battling. So look out for that movement. It's already been launched through social media. There'll be a speaker series starting very soon as well. And that's the amazing thing about social media too, is that any person, all the speakers I've connected with have been, I'd say 90% through social media. And every single person I've reached out to has not turned down the opportunity to speak about the topic. And that's blown me away, is the response that people are willing to have these conversations, and they're willing to talk about, important issues. So I'm going to leave it there with that. I'm not going to mention any more. Look out for it. It's on, like I said, it's on Instagram, it's on Facebook. The other thing I wanted to quickly go over is this platform. So when I started this platform, I knew it was all about motherhood, and I knew that it was an outlet for myself to let out a lot of thoughts. And now it's kind of evolved, right? It's evolved in the sense that I'm still learning. Parenthood is a never-ending, journey of learning. This platform has evolved in the sense that I've gone from writing, and now I'm doing these videos, and I want to keep doing these videos because I think there's a lot of good information that's being extracted out of these videos. Not just these ones probably, but definitely, at least I'm hoping the conversational pieces are. So, like I said, look out for those. I also want to keep this very, very lighthearted. I'm not a serious person, except when it comes down to like business. But when it comes to doing stuff, like being creative, I love to add elements of humor and quirkiness and just being, just being spontaneous and fun. So expect to see some more of that. In fact, there will be one probably coming out very soon about documenting our a day in the life of us. And we're trying to do, it's taking a bit longer than we thought because we're trying to document this without actually showing Amia and Eliza too much, because we're a bit restrictive on how much we want to show them on social media. So look out for that. It's been interesting. And we're just in awe of how Amia is lately, because she's she's developing into this hilarious, assertive and strong-willed 3.5-year-old, almost 4-year-old. She'll be 4 in September, and she just blows our mind away with how much she says and the things that come out of her little mouth. So look out for that fun project. So that's the other thing too with this platform, that I'm trying to head in that direction of doing some fun little projects. So yes, there's a lot happening at once, and I hope you're not all wondering like, oh my God, what is this mother doing? I hope she's not abandoning her children. I'm not. I'm really not. I feed around the clock. I do a lot of my thinking, a lot of my doing after the girls are in bed. I, spend a lot of time with my girls during the day. It's a commitment for sure, but it's a commitment that I need. I need to do it for myself. And Matt recognizes that. He understands. He sees that I am a creative person. I've always been like that, and even with my day job, I would come up with these really crazy ideas, and sometimes I would get questioned like, "Are you even for real?" I am. It's just how I work, and that's just me. Yeah. So let's have fun with it. That's definitely something that I'm accepting, especially given our circumstances at the moment. I'm going to have more fun with this platform. I acknowledge the topics are sometimes serious, and they are important topics that need to be talked about, but also expect to see some fun things. How many times? Let's count how many times I said fun in this video, or any other word. Anyways, so stay tuned for all of that. Also stay tuned for, I don't know if I mentioned this because my mind's a bit foggy at the moment. I'll be releasing part 2 of my blog for the Matt and I being an interracial couple. I spoke on part 1 about the path to us meeting, and part 2 is about the path we continue, and it's about raising our kids as an interracial couple. And after, so that'll be coming out, well, actually by the time I post this video, it'll probably be out. So read it, check it out, let me know what you think. And I actually was able to convince Matt to sit down. Well, we weren't really sitting down, we were about to make cookies, but to have a conversation with me about his take on us meeting, us getting married, and a little bit about us having kids too. So when I watched that video back, Matt's a very reserved type of person, so it was sweet of him to actually do this video with me. And he'll only share as much as he wants to share. So he's still very reserved in that video. He doesn't share too many details, but that's just his nature, and it's fine. Like I respect that, and I actually used to be like that, but then I just, things happen, and I said I don't really care anymore if I share too much. So anyways, look out for that video coming out soon. A lot of videos coming your way, so I hope that through this time of uncertainty that, you know, I can help with you know, providing some fun material, some relevant material, and at the end of the day, just something. So thanks so much. I'm gonna go grab a tea and stay tuned for so much more to come.